Next, it's a great privilege to say we have an individual who actually was involved in, indeed led, the Committee on the Present Danger during arguably its most impactful period, namely during the 1970s. And he is a former Defense Department official, a naval aviator, and a distinguished man in every sense of the word to help make the connection between the legacy of the Committee on the Present Danger of the past and this most important new venture. Chuck Nagle, where are you?
Thank you, Frank. Undeserved praise. No. Good afternoon. For those here whom I've not met and have not made not made a friend, my name is Chet Nagle. I'm privileged to be here to assist with the rebirth of a time-honored organization, the Committee on the Present Danger. It was a committee basically founded in the 50s to illuminate and confront the threat that the Soviet Union posed to the United States. Through the hard work of its leaders and its membership, it became a formidable and effective force in the battle against communist Russia. Now, despite my advanced years, I was not involved in that very early history of the committee. I did not get involved until some decades later, primarily through Peter Hannaford, who many of you probably know, who was a great Reaganaut and a chronicler of the president's life. But as a naval aviator, I was well aware of the Soviet threat to the United States. Every time my carrier intercepted a Russian submarine in the North Atlantic, and when my battle group was the first to arrive in Cuban waters during the Cuban Missile Crisis, sponsored by Communist Russia. But finally, the Cold War ended, and to paraphrase President Reagan, we won, they lost. The threat seemed to be gone, and the Committee on the Present Danger began to become dormant. I had resigned my commission and moved on to a new career overseas and spent some years in a very exciting life abroad. I then returned to Washington, and some 15 or more years ago, Peter contacted me again and said that he was planning to stand up a new committee on the present danger that would address the threat of terrorism to the United States. He was very prescient in that regard. I agreed to be part of his effort, and we went to work. Unfortunately, Peter died in 2004, and with his guiding light extinguished, and with age taking its toll on the membership, my main task was to have an orderly wind-up of the committee's affairs. But now, as you've heard, another existential threat to America has arisen, and it's demanding the call again, to call forth the Committee on the Present Danger. That threat is Communist China's plan to dominate the United States and ultimately the entire world by what they have published and they call unrestricted warfare. We are now at warfare with the People's Republic of China, and it will stay that way for decades. Today, through the efforts of new and vigorous leadership, Brian Kennedy and Frank Gaffney, and all the founding members here and in other cities, the committee is being reborn as the Committee on the Present Danger, China. I know I speak for all founding members when I invite every American citizen, those in both political parties, industrialists, journalists, educators, students, and members of patriotic organizations, to join with the Committee on the Present Danger China as it begins its work to confront and defeat Communist China's growing existential threat to the United States and the free world. Thank you.